Tutorial brought to you by Blue Line Futures. Today we will be covering our Blue Line Edge Plus trading platform. For those looking to trade futures and options on futures, this platform is all encompassing. Now we're going to be going over some of the basics and the foundations of this platform, but I do recommend if you want a more in-depth view and a more in-depth look at this platform, you sign up for a trial on our website, bluelinefutures.com. Now, Blue Line Edge does support futures trading as well. It just won't support options. So if you're wondering if there's any difference on our website, the difference between the Plus version and the Edge version is that the Plus has options capabilities as well as TradingView integration, and the Edge version does not. There are some other features too. Specifically, when looking at the order tickets, you will be able to place bracket orders on the Edge Plus version, and there will not be bracket orders available on the Edge version. Now, breaking into this platform here, we're going to move from left to right and fairly quickly. But again, if you want to sign up for a more in-depth view of this, I recommend you start on our website and then revert back to this tutorial as needed. Here on the left, we've broken down a quote board, basically in every asset class or sector for you to view specific contracts that you may be interested in. For example, we have financials, the S&P, the NASDAQ, the Dow Jones, the Russell. You get the picture. We also have metals and energies, gold, silver, crude oil. Ags, we have corn, soybeans, and wheat, live cattle, and feeder cattle. And in currencies, of course, we have the Japanese yen, Australian dollar, Canadian dollar, and others. So this is a great way to view quotes per asset class or per sector of different commodities or different financials that you may be interested in. On the left here, you will be able to pull up different tabs like add pages such as charts or other things. You can also bring up different ways to trade contracts such as a hybrid order ticket for those of you who may be interested in trading off of a DOM. Now, you'll notice that when I clicked on trade and I clicked on hybrid order ticket, it brought up a tab somewhere down here. The nice thing about this platform is it's very aesthetically pleasing and easy to move things around. For the most part, if you click on anything and drag it, you will be able to move it where you would like. So I just moved the hybrid order ticket or the DOM up here by the futures chart. So here you can trade off of the DOM. We also have an order ticket over to the right-hand side. Whatever is easiest for you to trade off of, I do recommend doing that. There won't be any DOM available on our Blue Line Edge version of the trading platform, but if you want access to a DOM, I do recommend this Blue Line Edge Plus version. Here, we can see many different ways to place orders. We can buy at the market or sell at the market. You can also place limits by clicking on the DOM interactively. We can see here if we go ahead and click buy or buy one at or sell one rather at 18,564. This is the NASDAQ. We can go ahead and click that order, and all we need to do is just right click on it. Now we can change our lot limits here below. Maybe you want to sell 2 contracts at a time or just 1 contract, or you can just toggle quickly between 2 lots, 5 lots, 10 lots. You can change the type of order. Is this a good till canceled order? Is this a fill or kill order? Or is this a day order? Now we can also put in trailing stops, and as we can also place take trailing stops and take profits together, such as bracket orders. Now moving on to the chart, we have the E-mini S&P futures here. We can place different codes by searching in this search bar here at the bottom left. You can also change the time frame in which you look at the contract itself. Now, one thing I want to point out is if, let's say, we're looking at the E-mini S&P for this specific code, it is the EP. If you click on this arrow right next to it, you'll see a drop-down of different futures months. So we know that financials, specifically equity indices, expire in quarterly expirations, and we can find June, September, and December expirations. Now, like I said, we can change the time frame directly next to it, so we can look at a daily time frame as well as a 1-minute or a 5-minute. You can also change the way in which you're viewing the chart, whether it's a line or maybe an area. And we can also move things around to hide specific values or hide labels. As we notice, those labels at the top right did disappear. And there's two different ways to add technical indicators. We can do so here, or we can do so here at the top left. Here you could search for studies. Let's say if we're looking at moving averages, we can type in moving averages. And we see moving averages here pops up at the top. If you click on the moving average, we can notice that it's the simple, but we can also change it to smooth, exponential, weighted, different moving averages, as well as the different period. This is a 21-day moving average. Maybe we want to change this to a 30-day moving average or something else. Once you click on the technical indicator, you just click add, and it will add that indicator to the chart, just like we have added the RSI to this specific contract. Now, if you do want to remove anything, you can simply click on or right click and click remove, and the technical study will go away. When in doubt, the thing I like to always say, especially with a lot of these different trading technologies, is to right click. Right click will tell you a lot that you may need to know for any given study or function. Here on the very right hand side, we see our order ticket. Another way to place orders, just like our hybrid order ticket. We can see the buy and the sell button, as well as the contract code. Here we're looking at the E-mini NASDAQ futures, the June month. Here you can change your lots, one contract or two contract, as well as the price. And you can change the order type. A limit, which guarantees a price but not an execution. A market, which guarantees an execution but not a price. And we have stop loss or stop limit and our stop as well. Now here you can also change your compound order mode. This is a bracket mode, which is really helpful for those who may want to have a target profit and a stop loss in place. Again, this is only available on the Blue Line Edge Plus version, so if you are looking to trade bracket orders or have bracket orders in place, I do recommend the Blue Line Edge Plus platform. Now, if we want to buy a contract, we can buy one at the bid, we can buy one at offer or at the market. And there are different ways to place those orders here. If I click on buy one at the market, you'll get this order that prompts you this little tab here to confirm. And if I click place, the order will go through. And we see that the order was filled at 328. The order will have showed up in our positions tab down here at the bottom. You see we are long one NASDAQ, one E-mini NASDAQ at 18,562.5. Now, if we're looking at our account summary, we can see the balance of our trading account, the open trade equity, the profit and loss, as well as some other metrics like the net liquidating value. This is the value of the account after you've liquidated all positions in the account. And again, going to the bottom, we see our positions tab where we do have our current contract. If you want to liquidate any positions that are in your positions tab, or if you want to expand the tab, you can simply hover over the top end of the tab and bring things higher. And you can click on position actions. And you can click on liquidate if you want to liquidate the position at the market. You can also click on close. And there's different ways to close the position. If you want to close it at a specific sell stop, maybe. And then you can put in the price in which you want to sell. So let's say here we want to sell at 18,300. And we want to make this order working good till canceled. And place the order. So now if we have any open orders that are currently working, we can see those in the orders tab here. And that about covers the positions in the orders tab. Now, last but not least, we're going to go over options briefly. If I bring up at the very top left, this tab, we can scroll down and we can see options. Now, I've already clicked on options and it's popped up here, but if you want to click on another tab, you can simply bring it up and click add a widget. Once the widget is added to the screen, you can drag it anywhere that you would like, which again is very nice and very interactive feature to use. Here we are looking at E-mini NASDAQ options, and we have 0 day to expiration here. We also have options that expire in 3 days, 4 days, and longer. Now, if I make this tab a little bit bigger, full screen for example, we can see different Greeks for the options, like the delta, the gamma, vega, theta, things like that. We can also see the open interest of the option here, the bid, and the ask, which we're not getting a quote for here now, and that is because we don't have live data. You will when you do have the live account funded, and you'll be able to see the bid and the ask of all options here. And you can also see the last trade or settlement price. Now you can simply navigate between expirations at the top, and you can navigate between strikes by scrolling up and down. Your puts are on the right-hand side, and your calls are on the left-hand side. I can simply exit out of the widget there. And that about covers the full tutorial to navigate the Blue Line Edge and the Blue Line Edge Plus trading platforms. If you have any questions at all, feel free to reach out to us at info@bluelinefutures.com. We're here to help you on your trading journey.